Okay, so the alt-right question, and this speaks to some points that Mark was making, and that I think in the U.S., the way the news media landscape is structured is what you see is this system of associations where you have conservative as populist and liberal as intellectual, right? And so most liberal news outlets emphasize their intellectuality, right? Or they have this aspirational mode of address, like you can be better than what you are, right? And we're giving you proximity to expert knowledge that you can trust. And you're in the community that believes in facts, right? And sound research. And then the right is saying we're representing you, the common man with common wisdom, traditional values, et cetera, right? What's interesting about the alt-right is they're actually kind of elitist. They're different from talk radio, and they're different from Fox News. They're not like Bill O'Reilly saying, I'm like the working man. They actually see themselves as avant-gardists that are apart from the crowd, the sheeple, the herd. The majority of people are dumb and brainwashed. And they're the ones that are red-pilled, right? They're the ones who really understand what's going on. And so I think that's really, and Ben Shapiro, right? The facts don't care about your feelings. So they really see themselves as, they use discourses of facticity to make their arguments, and that they're more rational, right? And so they really do look down on the crowd in a way that's different than, rhetorically different, right? Separate reality from the rhetoric, right? Rhetorically, they're quite different. And Young Turks is almost the inverse of that, right? Rather than trying to be out intellectual or outsmart their other liberal competitors, they're, like Matt said, they break in the long tradition of left media in the sense that they embrace tabloid aesthetics, they embrace emotion, they embrace kind of hokey graphics that have like rock music and so they're actually stylistically and aesthetically more like Fox, and rhetorically they praise common sense like Fox and the kind of second generation of conservative media. So I think that that's why we're so interested in them. They're not, I mean, Democracy Now! Uses the rhetoric of organizational populism, small donations from the bottom up, but Democracy Now! Still produces the news in a register that is similar to NPR, that is similar of the network era news of the 1950s, right? That detached professional intellectual motive, right? So I think that, that's what makes the Young Turks unique. There's not a lot of left outlets that embrace that tabloid style and that claim to speak for the people in the working class and are not using an aspirational kind of mode of address at all, right? And so that's how I would answer that. So you have some interesting kind of mutations on the left and the right? Their styles are kind of shifting, especially in the alternative media space online.